The flow line is how the energy flows through the number.
The number 11. The flow line of the number 11 is two single parallel straight lines, no center, and the number 11 has no center. The energy flow of the number 11, the flow lines are standing up to infinity and down to the core of the earth. But because the balance of reaching up and down is maintained, imbalance with the dot doesn't happen like it does with the number 7. So the characteristics of the number 11 is spiritual mastery. And so the constructive behavior is spiritual teaching and leadership that's gassed up by the intuition or brilliant revelation, inspired invention, and charismatic fire, exhibiting a solid spiritual foundation, understanding that the material world is seen as only the tool for creating auctions. Non-engaging behaviors is having no clear, focused direction, being unreliable and uninterested in deep human issues, acting, contain, self-superior, imposing beliefs without sensitivity. Destructive behavior is all the crummy qualities of someone who feels they deserve what they want because people are undeserving and imperfect. But the number 11 is so much better. This includes dishonesty, cruelty, cruel manipulation, degrading debauchery, miserable, greedy. The soul essence of the flow line number 11. 11 is filled within. This essence carries as a daily teaching, and if involved at a human being level, it includes a daily, everyday expression of what a spiritual teacher is. In the old definition of spiritual teacher, the teacher stood on the podium and lectured, encouraged, and enlightened the masses. This is the 11 of yesterday. The 11 essence still has this love of spirit before its love of humanity, but it tends to express its ideas without being accessible as a human being. But 11 essence is more and more evolving into a deeply human person who glows with amazing spiritual dimensions and fortune, and their fortune, originary self of the human life. They have their ways with the human life. The 11 essence is a treasure of spiritual teaching and deeply personal human love that initiates the best in all people that it meets or everything that it meets. So the symbol for 11 is two parallel lines, goes up and down in the endlessly in a roll space between two straight lines. And so the behavior will be balanced. Wisdom from knowing the best and the worst. Knowledge fills it up. And so as the 11 essence lives his or her life, more and more appreciation will develop for the amazing, even magical ways people lead their lives, and how the glow of human love, empowered by that spiritual truth, emerges somewhere in every situation. The flow line, natural channel for the flow line of number 11. You are given the task of expressing spiritual qualities well. You are sustained by the universe. You have a vision for humanity. You have a reformer hopes and dreams. You are fortunate with understanding. You always see a way it can be better. You are the spiritual teacher. Spiritual teacher. You are the spiritual teachers of spiritual teachers. And you excel at anything like spiritual work. So being a spiritual worker, a writer, a poet, a minister, an artist, a leader, anything, even a music, anything that deals with creativity, as a healer, as a psychic, a motivational speaker, in a professional role, and a charity provider in any role. An artist such as drawing, painting, of any kind.
Get this book, The Beginner's Guide to Divine Nation. It's very good. And as I can't bring you this light, get no realer than this. Ashe.